Alright, hi everyone, welcome to my Sunday video. We're going to do a get ready with me today and let's just chat, talk, kind of mention how I work on all of my projects at the same time and keep this ball rolling. It is Sunday this morning and there is an F1 race today. I'm wearing a Ferrari merch in the hopes that Charles wins his home race. I'm just opening my spreadsheet so I can keep that up to date. I always use my iPad and I have my spreadsheet open so I can, whilst I'm doing my makeup, update the spreadsheet in real time. If I'm on a holiday, when I take anything with me on holiday, I actually tend to use my notes app to mark what I have used. Then when I come home from my holiday, I can then update my spreadsheet with how many times I've used the item whilst I've been away, to also ensure that I am using my entire collection and not just my items. In each pile I do roll in also an item from my general collection. So I always have a blush, bronzer, highlighter, eyeshadow, foundation that I have that's in my main collection, just so that I keep on dipping my toes into them and they aren't like left out. Everyone knows this is the foundation that is in my Project 50 at the moment. We are nearly finished with this, not gonna lie, which is good. But I also then always roll in a different foundation. Today it's this one, tomorrow I will then use this, and then the next time I wear makeup after tomorrow I will work on a different foundation that's not this one. Actually it goes depending on what's on my spreadsheet, so after this one I will then be using the Bare Minerals. So tomorrow's Bank Holiday Monday, so probably Saturday next weekend I'll be wearing the Bare Minerals one. This pump does not work, so I need to open this. I need like some tweezers to help push this up. On the floor somewhere. Found them. My cat has obviously taken them at some point. Fun fact guys, I did actually film this video yesterday. There we go. I filmed it on my big old camera and you can notice the difference on here. It hasn't got the microphone on it, so no sound was recorded. And I filmed a pretty in-depth video about how I use my makeup, so I will try and do the same again today. It may not be exactly the same. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Light Porcelain. And yes, for some reason, I don't know why I do this, is I like dot it onto my face and then I will blend it out with a beauty blender once done. So I did have plans this morning. I don't think I would have been able to film this video otherwise. And we probably wouldn't have had a Sunday video this week. But I was meant to go over to my mum's for like a walk, but it's like storming. And I was like, you know what? Can't bothered. Don't want to go out in the rain. So it is another weekend of not seeing anyone, which is quite depressing, but that's life, hey? I've not seen a person in like 2 weeks now. Quite lately. You know, living alone, and like my parents and my oldest brother have like a shared interest, so they see each other all the time, and then my other brother has got a wife and kid now, so they're always busy. I feel like I'm quite outcast, I would say, like quite alone quite a lot of the time. A lot of my friends are online now as well, so there's no like, you can't really go and meet people because they're like in different countries, which is great but not great at the same time. But I work from home as well, so that doesn't really help matters either, does it? For the concealer, I have 2 on my desk. These are in 2 different projects, and to make sure I work on them both, I basically make sure that the uses are the same amount of numbers. So this is in my project 50, which resets on the 24th of each month. This is in my 24 in 24, which resets on the 18th of each month. So there's always like that one week where the uses are a little bit different, but I try and make sure that they're the same. So make sure that it's the same for now. We're going to use the e.l.f. concealer. And after this, I've actually only got one more use until I can roll it out. That's exciting. Okay, I think that's what it says. It's not got a specific name. And it's in the shade Fair / Glow. I'm not using the highlighter for anything. I'm just focusing on the concealer. So I think I've had the concealer in a different project. I've got what project I had it in, but I did have it in a different project. But this is just currently in my 24 and 24, where I am trying to use an item either 24 times or until I hit pan or finish it, whichever one comes first. So it's usually using 24 times. So far, out of the 24 items, I've only rolled out one item. It is something that I'm not making like a video series of. I'm thinking about doing that next year though, because I think it's quite fun to do. So I'm going to do 25 in 25, where I'm going to do the same principle of either using 25 times, hitting pan or finishing, again whichever order comes in first. I think it's going to be quite fun. To do my face powder, today I'm using my loose setting powder by Laura Mercier in the shade Translucent. I only have 2 powders in my collection, so these aren't ever in any project. Basically, I have a rule: if a category of mine is under 5 items, they aren't allowed to be in any part of my project. So at the moment, only my powders are there. So maybe in the future, that's like my goal for all of my items. But I've only got 2. I am actually going to buy another one quite soon because my other powder is getting close to being finished. So I do alternate with these. So I use this today. Tomorrow I'm going to use a different one. So I'll get it out ready to be used tomorrow. We're gonna next go on to my bronzer. This is my NARS Laguna bronzer. This is part of my project 50. And where I'm trying to finish items. So we're getting we're getting quite far along with this one. I do like this bronzer though, it's a nice one. It's kind of like subtle. There are some bronzers that are like too orange for me that I can't really use, whereas some others are much better. I feel like the lighting in this video is not giving much away. I can see the bronzer more on my face than I can in the camera, but I think that's always the case. I feel like camera always picks up makeup more subtly unless you like really hammer it on. So I'm just going to make sure I update my spreadsheet as I go along. So that's now added. Then we've got blush. I always use 2 blushes. I don't really know why. Well, I do know why. Because one blush is always in for the project 50, and then I have another one that always rotates around it. And this is in a project, but what project is this one in? Oh, it's in this. Okay, this is in my project pan. That is also something that happens quite regularly. Where is my blush? Girl, where is? Oh, it's there. This is also something that happens quite regularly. It's me trying to figure out which tab this item is in, and if it's even in something, because of course every pile has got an item that's not in a collection. Project's always kind of like a guessing game. This is the one that's in tomorrow, putting that on the pile. And then the other blush we've got is this one. This is in my project 50. What the hell are we doing, guys? We've got a pan in it. This is actually one that makes me so excited to be finished, not going to lie, because it's been a trial to use this. Should I give you guys like an updated amount of numbers I've used this for now? Because it's insane. I have now used this 325 times within my Project 50, which I started, when did I start it? I started it in July of 2022. So it's been nearly 2 years, and this is where we're at. And it was like the other, blushes in here at the start. So now my pile for tomorrow looks like this, and this is going to be our base for tomorrow. Okay, now let's do my brown. So yeah, the piles all are just sat on my desk, and each day I pick the top one brows done. I'm just going to primer my eyes and then I'll be back. So the primer I'm currently using for my eyes is my NYX eyeshadow base, and it is white. I usually pick up my lip salve just to get my lips ready for my lip product later on, because my lips do get quite dry. And so firstly we're going to go to my pile of the items that I use every single day. This is the first item. This is my Pure Soiree Diaries palette. This is in my panel for palettes, and let me just get to my spreadsheet so I can use the correct shades to make sure I'm using everything equally. So today I'm going to use Private Party, Gala, and Snazzy, which is the shade here, and this will be my base. Like so. Then after this, I don't actually reach for the other 3 of this pile until much later, so we're just going to ignore this pile in front of me for now. We're going to go next to my pile of my Project Pan items, and the one that's on top is this one. This is my Oh So Party Eyes by Next. This is in my Project Pan, and the shade in here that is rolled into that is my chocolate shade, which is the brown at the top. I'm just going to use this all over my eyelid, and then I'll put this back in the pile, but I'll put this at the bottom. So then tomorrow the next one that's on the top of the pile will be what I'm going to use tomorrow, which is going to be the Lorac one. So now the pile will look like this, and so tomorrow I will use the Lorac one. Then we've got the next pile, which is compiled of like 3 different projects. I think they're just like miscellaneous. This is my Project Level Up palette. Actually, this is not being shared anywhere, so this is kind of like a sneak peek, I guess. Project Level Up, I'm currently on level 3, where I have to pan 3 eyeshadows and then use all the other eyeshadows 3 times. So the eyeshadows that I'm planning to pan are Gingerbread, Warm and Toasty, and Spice of Life, which is this one down here. And yeah, so today I think I'm using Spice of Life and Hot Toddy. I'm going to try and do this on the outer corner, like outer half I would say, of my eyelid. And then the final big pile is my pile that I think is all of the pile that's in my 24 and 24. There's a lot of eyeshadows in here, I can't quite remember. So the next item we've got is this one. This is a mini controversy. This is in my 24 and 24, and I'm working on the shade Boyfriend's Purse. Plan to put this in the inner corner of my eyelid if I can find my brush that will do that for me. I basically put all of my brushes away into the wrong pots, so it's confusing me where I put them. Now we're gonna go back to the final 3 eyeshadows I'm gonna be using. This is not an eyeshadow, this is a blush, but in my quest of using all of my other items in my collection, I did include bronzers and blushes as eyeshadows in this case. So we are going to work on this one today. This is my Meet one. The one after this one actually is part of my Revolution London blush palette that I used on my cheeks. So that's going to be interesting tomorrow. What I'm going to plan to do with this one, if I can find the brush, putting them away into the wrong parts has so confused me. Right, we've got this one here. I'm going to use this on my under eye, on both. By the way, how does anyone put mascara on their faces, on their eyes, without opening their mouth? I just can never do it. I can barely do this without opening my mouth. And then use the other side just to like blend it out a little bit. Okay, so I can now put this one away. And then tomorrow, additional eyeshadow for my entire collection is going to be from this palette which I used the blush for. So I am going to add this to this pile so that I remember to use it tomorrow, because otherwise I will forget. The next eyeshadow, we're not finished with the eyeshadow yet, no. We're going to use this. This is my Naked Urban Decay palette. I really need to be careful how I hold this because they do all fall out now. They've all unstuck themselves. And we're working on the shade Pistol, which is this grey shade down here. This is in my Pan and Everything, so it's going to take me quite a while to get there, I think. And I'm just going to use this again on my lower lash line, more on the like outer corner area, or at least try at least anyway. And like stop when I'm about halfway there, halfway through. And then we're going to end off with my using every eyeshadow in my collection task. And this is the current palette I'm working on. I've got so far to this shade here, number 4. We're going to use this one all over like underneath my brow bone to like blend in the eyeshadow a little bit more. So then this is my pile again for tomorrow. Alright, let's do some eyeliner because this is definitely something that I always forget, and unfortunately today I've got no eyeshadow that is replacing the eyeliner, because that's usually what I do. I usually end up using like a darker eyeshadow to do it as the eyeliner. I probably would have used the Urban Decay eyeshadow for that, but I made sure not to today. So today we're going to work on this Ico Fat liquid eyeliner. This is in my project pan. I'm terrible at doing eyeliner. This will probably go terribly wrong. Wish me luck. Be right back once I've done my eyeliner. That's as good as we're going to get them. That was actually not too bad. We're going to do some mascara next, because we can't have my eyes without any mascara. I'm currently using my Lash Sensational Fill Fan Effect by Maybelline in Very Black. And I do need to get a new mascara. I have been on a no-buy for like 4 years, and this is my last mascara. So let me know if there's any good mascaras that I should be trying, because being on a no-buy means I don't know what's good these days. We're gonna finally end on, we've got highlighter and lips. So highlighter, top of my pile. Okay, top of the pile is this one. This is my Monster highlighter Super Shock Cheek from Colourpop. This is in my Project 50. And this again goes under the rule of put it at the bottom of the pile. once done. It's quite a subtle highlighter. I don't know if it will show well in this camera. It might show well in my DSLR, but not this one. And then final thing is lips, and I'm working on 1, 2, 3 lips at the moment, so I kind of work between those 3. And then yeah, I'm quite bad actually. This is probably the only category I don't dip into my wider collection for. So I do have like 100 lip products not being used, which is quite mad. Well, not 100, maybe like 50. But yeah, I've got about 50 products. They're all in a drawer, like just down here. So what should I wear today? It'll be one of these 3 because these are in my different projects. Okay, so the lip product that I use today is this one. This is my Jelly Pong Pong in the shade Fig Jam. And there we go. That is my makeup done for today. I have literally no plans. Yeah, that's it. Alright, there we go. That is my video done. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I know what I filmed yesterday was much more in depth than this, but as I was redoing this video, I tried to remember to incorporate the information I said yesterday. Yeah, I really hope that this gives Charles some good luck. You guys are probably seeing this just when the F1 has ended, so really hope that I have not jinxed Charles today. He starts on pole. Let's hope he finishes and wins, because he deserves it. He hasn't won his home race yet. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.